Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to That's Football. It's the Watchalong. It's a massive game. It's a relegation battle. I tell ye, hear ye. It's Leicester City against Everton and it's absolutely huge in this relegation battle. The players are in the tunnel. We're ready to go as well. Hope you're ready for this. Let me just get the league table up for you. I'm really pleased about this. About what we're doing tonight because it's always about the top, but we've been treated to an amazing relegation battle in this season as well, and it's probably the most interesting area in the Premier League because I think Man City are going to win it. Man United and Newcastle look like they'll get top four. Maybe it's an interesting race for the Europa League spots, but the relegation battle, we're going to lose a big one. We're going to lose. It's like being on the toilet when you're constipated. We're going to drop a big one here. We've all done it. Leicester, Everton tonight, separated by 1 point. After tonight, they'll have only 4 games left. Nottingham Forest are a point ahead of them, well, ahead of Leicester, and Leeds are a point ahead of them, but they've played a game more than both of these. So basically, look, if Leicester were to win today, it would be huge problems for Everton. And throughout the show, we will go through what the run-ins are for these teams. But it's going to be absolutely massive. Absolutely incredible. Why are people actually saying about Jim will buy it full later on after 50%? You have an owner who wants to buy you full and buy the club, says Nathan. Well, this is not the United stand, Nathan. I know you're on there with us, but thank you very much for that. I'm going to go through the team news for you as well and get that up on the screen. Welcome to That's Football. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. But let's start with the home team for you there. As you can see, that's how Leicester are lining up. Huge one, this. Absolutely huge. Time is running out. I think Leicester are going to win tonight. That's going to be my prediction. Everton just can't score football goals. They can't score goals. Dyche's took them down the local nightclub to teach them how to score, but it won't work on a pitch, Goldbridge. And I've done that. Splash of brute, bag of gravel. I've been there discoing, showing them how to score, but they can't do it. They can't do it. I can't see the team. I can't see the team. Let me tell you what the teams are. Calvert-Lewin's up front for Everton. That doesn't happen very often. But we've got Leicester, Everton, Arsenal. That's the women's team, isn't it? Okay, so Everson in goal for Leicester. Castagne, Faze, Sionku, Thomas, Samari and Ndidi. Tillemans, Maddison, Barnes and Vardy. I mean, on paper, that looks a very good team. A team that's too good to go down. That's what it looks like. But ultimately, Leicester, with Dean Smith, it was a bit of a risk. But it looks like it could work for them. And then you've got Everton, Pickford, Coleman, Keane, Tarkovsky, Mikalenko, Garner, James Garner, formerly of Manchester United, Idrissa Gueye, Decore, Iwobi, Calvert-Lewin and McNeil. It's a huge game. Absolutely huge. You can't sniff it off. That's not even a saying. About moral in football, what direction do these crazy fans want? FIFA, UEFA, don't talk morals in football. Addy, look, don't talk. Yeah, exactly. Zach, welcome to the Members Club. Do not talk morals in football. The bloody Qatar World Cup and FIFA has basically was dubious in itself. So there's loads of dodgy stuff in football. Sean Dyche is having a chat with John Terry. We'll go and have a bag. You're my kind of guy, John. We'll get a couple of you know what's and a bag of gravel later and have a sniff. Fantastic atmosphere. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get the timer ready. Nice sunny night. Reminds you that we're coming towards the end of the season when it's bright sunny nights like this. Robbo, I'll read your super chat in a minute. You're very generous there. It's a good question as well. The thing I like about That's Football is United Stand is very driven by passion and it's the club I support and you get loads and loads of questions. But That's Football, it's a little bit more easygoing. So if you've got questions you want to get in during the game, we'll talk about it. Robbo's got one about Souness leaving Sky, which we'll talk about. But we're up and running here. Let us know your score predictions as well. Timer should be on the screen for you. It is. There we go. But I just fancy Leicester to win this. Home advantage. And yeah, but Even a draw for Everton wouldn't be terrible. Drew at Palace, didn't they, last time away? Robbo has done a super chat. You can do that through the $ if you want. Please do subscribe to the channel. Hi, Mark. Curious how you feel about Souness leaving Sky. I always like someone who's authentic, but some of his views belong in another era. Even yesterday's showing prejudice towards foreign managers and dismissing De Zerbi again, says Robbo96. A lot of people going with Charlie McLennan's going with an Everton win, 3-0, but Harry Seeley's going 4-0 Leicester. A few people going with a 1-1 and a 0-0. It still says Klopp facing Big Ban. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. Don't want to upset Liverpool fans. I did that video today. But there we go. Let's do that. And that. And that. And that. There we go. Well, quite a frenetic start to this game. How you doing, Mark? I'm all right now. I've been hungover most of the day, but I'm feeling a lot better now. How for manager of the season if he finishes third, says Shady. Yeah, I don't know whether you saw the football feeling, but we were talking about that earlier. He's had a fantastic season. Here's a good question for you. If Everton go down, where do some of their players go, says Man United Hodge? They'll go to places like Burnley and Reading, and not Reading. Yeah, Burnley, Brentford, those sort of clubs will pick up Everton players. Yeah, a lot of them would stay in the Prem. Mark, Manchester United need 3 strikers because they didn't replace Greenwood, says Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Going back to the question about Souness, and again, a frenetic start here. No, neither team really getting hold of it. It's very energetic out there. Lots of tackles flying in. And I don't think that was a foul, but he's given it. Garner. I'm very dehydrated for obvious reasons. I don't know where Onana is. Is he injured? Stick says, where's Onana? I don't know. I've played the game, says Devils 58 Red. So, what do I think about Souness leaving Sky? Well, Mr. I've played the game. It's a bit disappointing for me because if he's not going to be on the telly anymore, I can't really do that. I've played the game. But he's 69. So, he's probably stopping because of age, really. You know, he's going to be 70 next. Does he need... He looks well for his age, really. But Tillemans here switches the ball to Harvey Barnes. He's got a bit of space on the left wing, up against Coleman. Good defending by Garner. So I think Souness is probably stopping because of age. And look, he does talk a lot of nonsense. The stuff about Martinez, the stuff about De Zerbi. But actually, I never really minded Souness as a pundit. It's only the nonsense he spoke about, like Casemiro and Martinez, that I was just like... I mean, to be honest with you, is there a pundit out there that you go, oh, everything they say is absolutely spot on? Because there isn't for me. And I'm not pretending that what I say or what you say, you know, we get a lot of things wrong as well. But I think punditry in this country is 90% abysmal and lazy. I'm actually grateful that when I do a watch along, I don't have to listen to it because it's abysmal. It's riddled with agenda and bias and, you know, overrating of certain British passport players. So I just think, and I think ex-player punditry is very arrogant. I don't think they feel the need to research and educate themselves on the game like you or I do because they've played the game. So I don't think that I think they just rely on the fact that they've played the game. But the game's changed a lot, you know. Bobby Robson, rest in peace, and Brian Clough, rest in peace, and Terry Venables, who's not dead, but you know, these were all very, very good managers, all British managers as well. But you put them in the modern game, they wouldn't be very good. Same with players as well. You know, you put Matt Letizia in the modern game, he was brilliant in the Premier League, be shit now. Even with fitness, I don't think he'd work. Football has moved on. Ali McCoist is decent, says Kazi. I do like Ali McCoist, yeah. And not just because he's on TalkSport. Anana's on the bench. He's been out for a couple of weeks with a groin strain, says Blazing Ace. So no, I don't mind corner to Everton here. I don't mind Souness as a pundit because I actually think sometimes those people who say stupid things can be quite entertaining. I think we can all sleep easy that we don't have any of the ex-players that ESPN recruits in America. You'd be better off getting my bin men. I'm Ronnie Pickering. Cross comes in from Everton. They've started off quite well here, Everton. If you're an Everton fan or you want Everton to win, I'd be quite encouraged by the start you've had here. I mean, Leicester, I still think Leicester will win this. I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester, but it's not been a bad start by Everton. Another corner here. We're Manchester United. Mark, can you give me some advice on how to banter my Chelsea friend? Nothing seems to faze him now. I think Chelsea fans have probably become like we as United fans have been a little bit like over the last few years. You become so shit, you become immune to banter because you're so locked in on how crap your club is and talking about how crap you are with your own fans. When I think about United through the bad years over the last decade, I just switched off from City and Liverpool and any other fan that was bantering us because you're too locked in on, your own problems. Everton just had a shot here, edge of the box, way over the bar. I've never liked Graham Souness. I'm glad he's gone. Says Cameron Wilson. Well, I think it's going to be very interesting. I mean, I don't watch Sky. I mean, I'm literally watching it now, but I don't listen to Sky. I think I watch Sky, but I don't listen to Sky. I don't really listen to Sky Sports News anymore. I used to. I don't watch it. I mean, my message to Sky Sports would be this, and many people say that. My message to Sky would be this. I used to watch Sky Sports News a lot. I'd have it on all the time. I don't watch it at all anymore. I don't listen to your audio on a match. Even if I'm not doing a watch-along, I'll just have it on and I'll be doing some work. And I very rarely watch or listen to what your pundits have got to say after the game either. And I used to. So what's that lesson? Whatever you're going to do next, you need to work hard because people are switching off. You've lost your way. And you're not going to find your way by... I think they're going to go down the social media influencer route and start getting, social media people on. Oh, what a save! What a save by Everson in goal from Iwobi. He can't believe it. He's got it on the right side of the box. He's arrowing it into the top corner. And the keeper has just palmed it up over the bar. I don't think Iwobi can do much better here. He's hit it well. And that's a fantastic save, says Tyrrell Gooner. It's a very good save. As I said, Everton have started off very well here. Good save. Let's see what happens with the corner and I'll come back to that point. They've won the corner. They've won it on the back post. Calvert-Lewin. Overhead kick. Calvert-Lewin. Lays it off. Garner. What's he going to do? Goes back post. That's gone for a goal kick. Good start by Everton. Unreal save, says Wisdom Wolf. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Who will actually be next Spurs manager in your opinion, says Nathan. Well, I hope they get Nagelsmann. I think that would be good. Newport City says, just because you don't watch doesn't mean nobody does. Yeah, but you know what, Newport City? People are watching me, asking me for my opinion. So I know that sounds really arrogant, but your opinion is ridiculous because I was asked for my opinion on it. I don't watch Sky anymore. I think it's lost. I think it's fell off. And I don't think you're going to pick yourself up by going down this social media route as well. And look, I work in social media. I'm probably the biggest in the football content creator world, or one of the biggest. And I don't say that arrogantly. I probably am. I've got no intention of, going down that route because I want to keep authentic and I want to keep doing what we're doing. But there are people they keep using who love the idea of being on Sky, but fans don't want that. It's not. I think that what Sky need to look at is the American model around NFL. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, the coverage of NFL, and that's a real good mixture of very good ex-players and very good pundits who aren't players. And I think that they need to look at that. Charlie says you're coming across as very arrogant. Well, Jack says you're coming across as very arrogant as well. I'm not being arrogant. I'm just telling you I don't think Sky should be getting rid of Jeff Stelling and Graham Souness to go and get some bloody Spurs YouTube influencer on. I don't agree with that. And I am a YouTube influencer, whether people like that or not, whether I like it or not, I am. I don't think that's what Sky should be looking to do. That's my opinion. Maybe many of you would. I used to go on that Saturday Social show, and it was all right. And then I've seen some of the stuff they do now, and I just don't want to do it because it's just, let's do an 11 flop of the season. I'm like, this is meant to be the mainstream media. 11 players flop of the season. You know, calling managers absolutely shit on national TV. I just think, is that where we're heading now? Finland also always overreacts. Pukki was linked to United during January. Now that his contract is ending, they're linking him to Premier League clubs, says Christian. And can we agree that next season has the potential to be the most competitive season in the Premiership to date, says Killer Ice. I think it's been pretty good this year, mate. I do worry about next year because Man City are still there, aren't they? There's a bit of a late tackle on Ndidi there, but Everton are up for this game. They're not. It wasn't Ndidi, it was Samari. Everton are proper up for this. They're putting in some tackles in that midfield. The Hunter's Army says you're 100% right there, Mark. All we want is a little honesty. Thank you, mate. Andrew says I don't want to do it. It's not that they don't invite me on. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Mark, what do you think the general reaction be if Sir Jim wins? I don't know, Sylvester. It tires me to think. Here's Vardy in behind. Lays it off to the edge of the box. Oh, there was another pass by Maddison. He goes for goal himself. I think he should have gone first time pass to the right. He did get a shot off and Pickford made the save. But if he'd seen the run, Maddison there, Vardy would have been onside. He lays it off to Maddison. And I think, is it Castagnet on his right-hand side? He's completely unmarked. And he ignored the pass. Really entertaining game so far, says Mike, mate. It is. Hi, Mark. I know this isn't the United stand, but would you take Qatar if they ran United like the other Qataris run PSG? Well, I'd rather that than the way the Glazers run Man United, because at least that's spending money badly. Got friend zoned by the special one. Should I move on, says Reckon. Mourinho friend zoned you? I don't know what that's all about. Definitely not on the vodka, Lewis. I'm on orange juice tonight. I don't know what went wrong last night. I mean, I didn't have a lot. I had about 7. I just think I was drinking lager I don't normally drink. I was just absolutely wrecked today. I think a lot of it was I didn't get enough sleep as well. Nice ball into Calvert-Lewin. He's looking for a penalty. He's not going to... Is he going to get it? Oh, is he giving an offside? Michael Oliver. Oh no, I think he's given the penalty. He's given the penalty. I thought it was offside. I stand corrected here. Penalty Everton. It is a penalty for me. He shoved him right in the back. Look at that. Castagnet pushes him in the back. I've had that happen to me before. Well, I've been stabbed in the back a few times in this industry. I know what it feels like. Calvert-Lewin. Oh, it's a definite penalty, that. He's gone like that in his back. Kevin says, why are you doing a watch along for this poop game? Yeah, it's only Kevin's the sort of idiot who doesn't appreciate what a great Premier League we've got. This is a relegation battle decider, basically, mate. It's a huge game, and maybe your football level is quite low. You know, you don't watch football below the top 6, but many of us do appreciate what a great league we've got here and what a massive game this is between Leicester and Everton. And it's Calvert-Lewin who's going to take the penalty, having earned the penalty. I mean, generally in the chat, are we going with the... I think that's a stone waller. I really do. Andros thinks he's going to miss, though. He's got to score it. And he has. He has. I'd like to see that again. Welcome to the Members Club, Daniel. I think I'd like to see that again. Calvert-Lewin scoring. And I tell you what, Everton have been the better side in the first 15 minutes. I'm quite surprised. I fancied Leicester tonight. But the way Everton have started... Leicester are playing counter-attack football and Everton are playing on the front. Kieran says this is a huge game. It's absolutely... If you know, you know. If you know, you know. This is a massive game. Straight down the middle with a bit of height there, Calvert-Lewin. No messing about. I tell you what, I wouldn't take Calvert-Lewin at Man United for many reasons, and I'm sure Arsenal fans wouldn't take him, and but Everton have missed him. They've really missed him. If he'd have played 75% of their games this season, I don't think Everton would be in a relegation battle. But it's 100% a penalty for me. He shoved him right in the back. It's not even soft. It's a stonewall penalty. And he's took it well. But like I say, if you know, you know. I think, I do the football fill-in with Ben Foster every Monday. And me and Tubes and Ben were talking today. And we don't just talk about Arsenal, Man City, Man United. We talk about the Brightons. We talk about the Brentfords. We talk about the Fulhams and the Southamptons. And this season, you can't enjoy this season if you don't enjoy all of it. And I think the relegation battle is the most exciting bit about this league at the moment. And that league table suddenly changes quite drastically with Everton coming out of the bottom four. They stand with 32 points as things stand. They would instantly go fifth from bottom. 31 points, dropping Leicester to second bottom and Nottingham Forest into the bottom three. There's a long way to go, but that's how huge this game is. Incredible stuff. Incredible. I actually, during this game, want to just write down what everybody's last four fixtures are in the relegation battle. Because I don't think we put... Oh, Cross comes in again from Everton. It's all going on. It's all going on here. It's all going on. Let's have a look at the table. It has updated for you there. That's how it stands at the moment with Everton. Mark, wasn't there a new law about buying EPL clubs on debt? And I think you do a video on United Stand on how badly Jim runs Nice. Also, Sancho out, says today, tomorrow, forever. Thank you very much for that. Calvert-Lewin's in again here, and he's won a corner. It's all Everton at the moment. I'm not joking, Jeff. It's all Everton here. I'm just writing down what everybody's got, so I'll come to this in a minute. It's going to be a very interesting chat. I'm going to do everybody in the relegation battle's final few games. So, I won't do that for every team. Bloody hell. I won't give it away. Corner to Everton here. What a start. He's won it. Oh, just wide from Michael Keane there. I'll tell you what, Everton should try and score the second goal. Get the second goal while you can. Because they're dominant here. Dean Smith's not looking happy. He's took his chewing gum out. Oh, that's quite odd. I've had a super chat here from Noor. He says, I saw your comparison of Mourinho, who won the Champions League with Porto, and Ronaldo, who was recruited by United, who was successful, then went to Madrid. Thank you. Hello, Mark. Greetings from California. What do you think of Jimenez from Feyenoord, says Espinosa. I think there's some interesting profiles of players at Feyenoord, but I genuinely don't think United are looking at him at the moment. Why Leicester so bad? They have a squad better than Fulham or Villa. Mate, you could say the same. You could say the same about Everton as well. I think Everton's big problem this season has been scoring goals, and I don't think that's brilliant analysis, but I think it's obvious. Oh God, look at Leeds' last few games here. Oh my God, Leeds, you're going down. You are in big trouble, Leeds. Oh, Leeds. Can't believe their fixtures. We're going to talk about them in a minute. I'm just collecting data, but at least Leicester on the attack here. I'm sure they'll score tonight, Leicester, if that's any hope. I don't think West Ham are in a... Somebody just said there, do you think West Ham are in a battle. No, I think 2 from 4 are going down. Southampton are going down, and then it's 2 from Leicester, Everton, Forest and Leeds, in my opinion. But they've all got... The interesting thing is they've all got tough games. And I'm going to tell... Oh, my God. You can see why Everton have started so rampant here. Because when you look at their last few games of the season, you want to be at home. You want to be at home on your last game as well. Okay, we'll go through that in a minute. Logan with the sticker. Thank you very much, Logan. Kevin Martinez says, sorry for saying it was a crap game. Which 2 other teams follow Southampton and getting relegated, says Kevin. Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Leicester have got a chance to whip a cross in here. Let's just see what happens with this, because Maddison's got a good set piece. Glenn says, are you concerned about Liverpool gate crashing the top 4 party? Well, we can have a look at that in a minute, but the honest answer is no. Leicester! It's a goal! Oh my God! It's 1-1, and I've got to say, Everton will be fuming. Fuming. Terrible defending by Everton. When they were so dominant as well. It's mad. Absolutely mad. It all comes from this free kick into the box. Headed away to the back post. Harvey Barnes dinks it up. FaZe wins it. Sionku slips. Oh, I think Pickford there. He'd be really just... There's no offside. There's no foul. It's a definite goal. But it's just bad defending by Everton. Sionku sort of catches it on the fall. Keeps it low. I mean, should Pickford do better, or is it just unstoppable? It's low. It's a hard save, to be fair. It is a hard save. But it's 1-1 here. Shaheen says, TV punditry for average viewers who are not obsessed with football. That's why they hire entertainers like Carragher and Mika Richards. Online fans discuss real football. Thank you very much, Shaheen. Would you rather get Maddison or Tielemans for United, says Chase? I'd probably rather get Tielemans because he can play deeper. Well, 1-1 here, and it's not what Leicester deserve, really, but they've took their chance. Ace says, I listen to you for all the games you do, Mark. I appreciate the work you put in and the fact that you're willing to talk about anything and have a level-headed discussion. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Ace, and thanks very much for your super chat. We've got a great game here. Anybody who was saying, why are you doing a watch-along for this? This is exactly why. And this is 2 teams in the relegation battle, and they're both massively up for it. It's the tempo is fantastic. Really good. Let's be honest, relegation battles have been amazing for years. Remember when West Ham beating United in a crazy run of fixtures to secure safety, says Madness. Well, look, obviously my focus is Manchester United getting top 4, and we've all got our own teams, but I've got to say the relegation battle is massively intriguing to me at the moment. We're going to lose, like I say, Southampton are gone, and we're going to lose 2 from Leicester, Everton, Forest and Leeds, which means 2 big clubs are going to go down. I mean, Leicester won the title not that long ago. Everton are a huge club. I don't think they've been relegated from the Premier League in their history. Nottingham Forest have only just got back, and Leeds are a big club as well, and they've only just got back, really. So we're going to lose 2 big clubs. Who will win the Championship playoffs, says Jack. I haven't even looked at who's in it yet. Thanks for subscribing, Fazil. I don't know what we're doing for subscribers, but we are on the road to 1 million, so please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, get involved with That's Football. There's daily content. I had a little video, normally do like a little video about topical stuff. We're talking about the ban for Klopp that he's clearly going to get. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, get involved. Let's have a look at this league table here. This is I just want to focus in on this and get your thoughts on this, actually, while we're on it. Look at the relegation situation and tell me who you think's going to go down. As it stands at the moment, you've got 3 teams on 30 points and Everton on 29 with 4 games to go. But you'd be amazed, like, because you go, well, there's 4 games to go, 4 games to go. What does that mean? Well, it means there's 4 games to go. But who you've got to play, absolutely massive. So I would say, well, let's start with Leeds. Leeds have got Man City away, lose. Newcastle at home, lose. West Ham away, probably lose. Spurs at home, maybe you'll win that. I can't see Leeds getting any more than 4 more points. City away, Newcastle at home, West Ham away, Spurs at home. I think Leeds are going to get 4 points. Max 4 points. So that would put them on 34 from where they are at the moment. Nottingham Forest, Southampton at home, I think they'll win that. But then they've got Chelsea away. I mean, Chelsea are crap, but I don't think they'd lose to Forest away. I mean, I don't really think they would. So maybe they get a point there. Arsenal at home, they'll lose. Palace away. Look, maybe Palace are on the beach. But I think Forest max 6 points. So 36 points. I actually think they'll probably get Southampton win, maybe a point at Chelsea, lose to Arsenal, maybe a point at Palace. So I can see Forest getting 35 points. Let's say they get 35 points, Forest. So Leeds would be 34, Forest would be 35, in my opinion. You got Leicester. Well, we don't know what's going to happen here, but let's say it ends in a draw. Leicester have got Fulham away, which you never know. They could get a point there. They could win there. Liverpool at home. You never know with Liverpool. Newcastle away, they'll lose. West Ham at home. I mean, I can see Leicester pulling out. I can see Leicester pulling out 6 points after today. So that would put them on 36, which would put them ahead of Forest and Leeds on my prediction. And then Everton, Brighton away, lose. City at home, lose. Wolves away, maybe a point. Bournemouth, they'd have to win it. 4 points. So I'd have Everton and Leeds down with 34. Forest safe with 35. And Leicester safe with 36. But I'm not gonna be right. I'm not gonna be right with that. But just based on the games that they've got, as I say, Everton have got Brighton away and City at home. They're gonna lose those, I think. Wolves away will be tough. Bournemouth at home, you'd expect them to win. Leeds, I can't see where they're going to get a result. City away, Newcastle home, West Ham away, Spurs at home. Well, probably Spurs. Leicester's running's probably better than everybody's, with Fulham away, Liverpool at home, Newcastle away, and West Ham at home. Basically, I think 36 points is going to keep you up. Maybe even 35, which is amazing. Would you rather United win the league or England the World Cup? Definitely United the league, the football 2-1-2. As an American, I love relegation battles. Teams in the NFL are rewarded for being bad at the end of the year. Teams are trying to lose games. Horrible. Yeah, Jared. I mean, that's something that as always, I've always wanted to ask people who are massively into NFL, because I like NFL, but I don't really pay any attention to the draft, if I'm being honest. Hi, Mark. What are your thoughts on this creation from Zagreb? There's quite a few. And Jack O'Brien, welcome to Members Club. Angry Brits just gifted 10 memberships, by the way. Let's not forget that. What a legend. Cross comes in from Everton. Ali says, what's your thoughts on recent videos surfacing of players ignoring fans on the way to the match? So it Leeds and United recently. Well, I haven't seen United players doing it, but I'm not going to say that United fans wouldn't do it. We'll come back to that in a minute. We will come back to that. But I think the relegation system in football is fantastic. You know, it gives us games like this at the end of the season where people are playing for their livelihoods. Their wage reduction if you get relegated is huge. So they all suddenly start playing like prime Brighton, don't they? Which is great for us, the viewer. But I've always thought that in the NFL, like, if you don't make the playoffs, your season's over, isn't it? But if you're the worst team, you get the first pick in the draft. So surely it gets to a point when you're doing really shit, where you're sort of like, let's do shit because we want to be bottom in the draft. It's silly, isn't it? Would you ever consider purchasing a club or starting one, says Desert Haunter? I would. I would. I've always been interested in that. I'd like to get involved in a football club. I think it'd be a very interesting project as well. Hi Mark, which player from each of the other top 5 teams would you want for the United squad, says Kevin. Well, at City it'd be De Bruyne or Haaland. At Arsenal it would be Saka. At Newcastle, probably Isaac or Guimaraes. Who else is in the top 5? Who is 5th? I don't even know who 5th is. Yeah, but yeah, let us know who you think is going to get relegated. On my quick maths, based on who everybody's got to play, I'm putting Everton and Leeds down at the moment if this stayed a draw. If Everton win this, I think it would be Leicester. If Everton win this, I think it will be Forest and Leeds who go down. I think Leicester have got the best run in, even if they lose tonight. So if this stays a draw, I think Everton and Leeds go down. If Everton win, I think it will be Leeds and Forest who go down. Because I just think Leicester have got the best run in. Liverpool are 5th. Who would I take from Liverpool? I mean, look, honestly, Alisson is the best goal. I think Alisson's the best goalkeeper in Europe. So, you know, if you want a goalkeeper, I'd take Alisson. Salah off the right-hand side. I mean, he's better than anything United have got on the right-hand side. I don't think that long ago I would have been saying Fabinho or Van Dijk, but no, I don't really think so now. Thomas says, I think it will be Leeds, Southampton and Forest. Leicester and Everton are going to both go down, says Kurt. Tyrrell says, Alisson would never go United. Oh, God. Mate, remove your head from your arse. We're talking hypothetical. We're not buying Alisson. Teams tank in the NFL so that they are lowering in the league but higher in the order for the draft. Still prefer Premier League as an American to the NFL though, says Oliver. I like the playoffs in the NFL. I think that's interesting. Missed my super chat I sent earlier. Do you think Suarez is better than Benzema because he played in the Premier League at 28? Says no. No, I prefer Benzema. What is the future for Harvey Barnes? I would love him at United. Says Thomas, he's not good enough for United, mate. Harvey Barnes ain't good enough for United or Liverpool or Arsenal. I don't agree that teams lose intentionally in the NFL, says BS. They are at the bottom because they suck. Intentionally losing infers that they have the ability to win. There we go, fair point. NFL owners are a mafia of billionaires. They would never relegate a fellow member of the big boys club. US sports are about profits and nothing else, says Michael McDaniel. Just going back to that previous chat from Ali. This game's flown by. We've already had half an hour. I mean, we've watched a lot of watch-alongs this season, and you know we wouldn't be half an hour in. This game's been really interesting, and Everton, in some ways, will be very disappointed. They've been the better team, but they just switched off, and Leicester, fair play, took their chance. I think if Leicester got relegated, they'd have problems, you know. Lovely play here by McNeil. Really good play. He won't want to get relegated again. Neither will Tarkowski. Nice ball into Vardy. This is what they do. This is what they do. 2-1. Ball through the middle. It's so simple. It's so simple. How have Everton got done by... I can't speak, really. I can't believe Everton are losing this game 2-1. They've been done on the break by Leicester. I mean, I fucking... Leicester... I actually feel like I don't like Leicester when I've got nothing wrong with... I've got no problem with Leicester, but they're just smash and grab, aren't they? It's literally just smash and grab. There's nothing pretty about the way Leicester have played football in this. They've literally scammed 2 goals because Everton have made crap defending decisions. I mean, this is just pub football. A ball through the middle. A ball through the middle of 2 slow centre-backs for a quick striker. It's just, as Xander says, it's so simple. And look, I'm not hating on Leicester. Fair play to Leicester. But watching the game, this is just a prime example that you don't need to play well to win a game. You just need to be effective. You know, it's not a tactical masterclass by Dean Smith. It's just luck. But he's made a career out of that for a long time, Vardy. Knocking back the years, 2-1 to Leicester. And a great start here. What a game we've got. What a game. Yeah, wow. Ollie Ball says threefold path. Well, you can see why Everton are going down. But, you know, you've got to say, I think Everton have tried to go and win this game because they shouldn't be getting caught on the break away from home. They should be the team doing the breaking. You'd be panicking if you're Everton now. You really would. Corner to Everton. McNeil. headed away. Yeah, there was a question from Ali earlier about these clips. You might have seen the Leeds players on Saturday walking out from the hotel to get onto the bus, heads down, microphone ears on, and a few fans and a few kids waiting, completely blanked, then ignored them. There was the Arsenal one a few weeks ago of the mascot who basically has to wait, and the players just walk past and then just walk away. There's no interaction. They literally, there's a camera guy, there's the mascot. They're all in a, they all just walk past and go, and then walk away. There's no hello or anything like that. I'm not saying that United haven't done it. I'm not saying that Liverpool players haven't done it. I just think it's disgusting, really. I think it's disgusting how the modern footballer has become so out of touch with the football fan. Like, I remember when I was growing up, you'd be driving, on the school bus to swimming and stuff like that, and you'd see a local football player, and you'd know it was a local football player because their car would be like a Ford Escort that would say something like, Brian Robson is sponsored by Bristol Street Motors, and it'd say it on the side of the car. But that was football before the Premier League and all the money. Footballers were more, you'd see them down the local pub and stuff like that. They were real human beings when I was growing up. Nowadays, they're just pampered, out of touch, a lot of them. And it's disgusting. Manners cost nothing. I'm not, maybe they were late for the bus. But don't put your head down and, ignore them. Just sort of give them a thumbs up or just acknowledge them. At least that makes them feel like they're not shit on your shoe. I mean, I can't imagine what that would be like as a kid. The amount of games I used to go to and get autographs before. Imagine that. All the players that you idolise just completely ignore you and won't even make eye contact. It's disgusting. But they're pampered. And they think they're bloody rock stars. I went to the game yesterday, Mark. Got my guitar flag taken off me at the gate. Good protest, though, says Logan. Well done, pal. And, hi, Mark, do you think Ronaldo would score more goals for City than Haaland, says Dig? Not now. I can't believe Everton are out. The table's not changed, Mark. It will do. It has. There we go. Never meet your heroes, says Ali. Well, my hero won't even meet me. Gary. He's my hero growing up. Some people idolised Roy Keane, David Beckham. I had pictures of Gary Neville on my wall. Won't even meet me. That's horrible, isn't it? I was in his fan club. Everyone used to take the piss out of me. Why are you in the Gary Neville fan club? I had Neville on the back, 2. I had Gary Neville wallpaper, Gary Neville pyjamas, bed cover, curtains. I even had hair like him, and he had curtains like that. I had the England Euro '96 top with Neville on the back. He snubbed me publicly. Disgusting, isn't it? I'm his biggest fan when I was growing up, and all right, I'm a man now, but that's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. I was his number 1 fan growing up. Never meet your heroes. I had a Gary Neville lunchbox as well. Yeah. Aftershave, the lot. Mark, apparently Chelsea have agreed terms with Lavia. Fabrizio also said they bid for him last summer. Well, Simon, where are Chelsea going to play all these players? I mean, Lavia will be a very good signing for Chelsea. Chelsea will come good eventually because they'll just buy everybody, won't they? Poor Liverpool won't have a local derby next year, says Dylan. That'd be amazing. There was a comment here I was looking for. I can't see it. Couldn't agree more. I'm a Saints fan and never felt so disconnected with the club. The City doesn't care about relegation because they clearly don't care, says Charlie Masters. Look, I think what's happening with football is when I was growing up, you felt a real attachment to the players and the club, yeah? And I think nowadays you don't. And that's why fans take a pop at the players more because they don't feel an attachment to them. I mean, if you felt like your players you were in tune with your players, you'd be more inclined when they have a bad performance to give them the benefit of the doubt and get behind them. But you know, I see it at all clubs. You know, we've seen it in the old days with like AFTV, you know, doing videos afterwards, slagging off their players. You know, I've done it in relation to United players recently. Not this season, but you know, when we've been really bad. You see it happen. You know, you see it with Spurs fans. You listen to it on Talk Sport. You know, fans are very vocal about poor performances now, and I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that the players are just so disenchanted and out of touch. They're like, a lot of them are like they're rock stars. They think they're better than people, and manners cost nothing. Mark, would you rather Moani for 60 million or Harry Kane for 100? Says Simon. I'd rather Harry Kane than Moani. I mean, my conversation has always been Osimhen or Kane, and I'd go for Osimhen, but I don't want Moani over Kane. No. I can't believe Everton are losing this, but fair play to Leicester. They can now just sit back and hit on the break. I think Everton have played well apart from their defence. Would you say Ramos over Kane? Nice ball in here. You've got to get there, Coleman. He's done well. Oh, what a save! That Leicester goalkeeper has made 2 worldies here. I mean, I've got a feeling Leicester are going to get this game, because when you've got a goalkeeper making saves like this and you're scoring goals like that, it's maybe there was an offside in the build-up, but he still makes the save. He's made 2 worldies. Joshua Bowwater says, I think it would be great content if you can get an agent on to discuss how things usually go in a transfer window. Not specific news, just the process. Maybe Luke's agent. We know you know them. You cheeky bastard. Somebody copied me into a tweet the other day, and it got loads of retweets and likes, and they were basically tweeting out that David De Gea, I'm on the payroll. Like, David De Gea, you know, drops me team news and stuff like that, because that's why I'm always so positive about him. I can absolutely tell you now, I have never had a DM or anything from David De Gea. I just rate him as a player. Dwight McNeil with the cross. Oh my God, Calvert-Lewin, you're shit, mate. I'm not even an Everton fan. He's just missed the miss of the season. No one's going for a shit tonight because Calvert-Lewin's just shit it out. And if Vardy scores, he's hit the bar. Oh my God. Don't tell me this game's not brilliant. Don't tell me this league isn't brilliant. And don't tell me that the relegation battle isn't tense. I'm not even an Everton or Leicester fan. I can't believe what I've just seen. If I didn't have my glasses on, I wouldn't believe what I'm seeing. Calvert-Lewin has just missed an absolute open goal sitter from 2 metres out. 2 metres out. And then up the other end, instantly, Vardy has dinked it over the keeper in a one-on-one and hit the Denver. I can't speak. What a game this is. What a game. It's amazing. What a game. Incredible. Incredible. It's just been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Nathan says, people who say Salah's having a bad season, I think he's having a bad season. Saka is as well. He's got 17 goals. Seamus Coleman will finally get to play with top 6 club if Everton go down, says John Jordan. Well, Coleman's down at the moment. I think he might have done his knee. Fucking hell. That season over for Seamus Coleman. Newcastle United still do things to have this connection with the fans, lap around the pitch and team photos and all that, and we get slated for it. Rather that than the Leeds, says Joe. Thank you very much for your super chat there, Joe. I hope Seamus Coleman's going to get up, because his knees was bloody... no, I don't like that. They shouldn't keep showing that. That's horrible. Oh, he's got oxygen, hasn't he? I mean, should we not be looking at a yellow card for that? It was accidental. Yeah, he's on a stretcher. I told you, as soon as you saw that, he's finished. That's season over. Might even be career over. Joshua Bell says, don't blame me, Mark. Charlie said it. What a game, though. I mean, how was Calvert-Lewin missed that? He did get a yellow card for it. Okay. Calvert-Lewin. Oh, I can't believe that. How do you miss that? It really is one of those chances where it's harder to miss. And then Vardy goes up the other end. I got tickets for Dublin too, Mark, for the United Stand, says John Jordan. Well, we're on That's Football, but you're all where, you know, there are a few tickets left if you want to get them. June the 6th in Dublin, bigger venue than last time. United Stand end of tour show. I say United Stand. I mean, there's a lot of it will be United related, but the first 20 minutes is just basically me trying to be funny. Dislocated kneecap for Coleman. His knee was going all over the place there. I hate to say it, but it was like Bambi on ice. It was all over the place. Captain of the club as well. You don't want to be losing him in a relegation battle. There's more goals in this game, though. Huzzy said they showed it 3 times. Well, I don't know what they're doing on the TV sometimes, because sometimes they won't show you anything again, and they've shown us that 3 times, and that makes me sick. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. I think he's got a leg brace on now. He's going to go on a stretcher. DiMarzio's apparently said that Chelsea and Man United are interested in Inter Milan keeper Onana. He was at Ajax, wasn't he? Was he at Ajax under Ten Hag? What's your next watch-along, Mark? Some games. Well, I'm doing United Brighton on Thursday. I think Brighton are going to... You know what? I never, ever predict United are going to lose, but only out of respect to Brighton. I think they might beat us. I might do Liverpool-Fulham on Wednesday night, although I don't think it's televised. I think it's Man City West Ham, innit, which is just a shit game. I'm not doing Arsenal-Chelsea tomorrow. I think it would have been a big game, but Chelsea are shit and Arsenal have blown it, so I'm not really massively interested in that. I'm going to pick and choose the games that excite me now. Saturday I'm going to do the 3 o'clocks because you've got Leeds against Man City, you've got Tottenham against Palace, and you've got Wolves against Villa. Next Monday's a bank holiday in the UK as well, because we've got Fulham Leicester at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then Brighton are playing Everton at 5:30, and then Forest are playing Southampton at 8 o'clock. And I think Brighton Everton might be a good game a week tonight. United are playing West Ham at 7 o'clock next Sunday. I mean, when is there ever a 7 o'clock game? Look at Seamus Coleman trying to get the crowd up while he's on the... That's leadership for you. He's being stretchered off and he's trying to get the players up. It's like this on the stretcher. Come on. Proper leadership, that. Mark, if Vardy saves Leicester, does he have a better legacy than Harry Kane, says AJ? Well, he's won the league. He was at Ajax under Ten Hag, but he failed a drug test and was out for a year, keeping him away from United, says Simon Pinero. There you go. And why do you think English media used the fact that Messi never played in the Premier League? I don't think Ronaldo would have come to the Premier League if he started at Madrid, says no. Well, but he did. Leicester have got it perfect at the moment, though, because they can just hit on the counter. Oh, my God. Every attack Leicester have, they look like they're going to score. It's... Everton's defence is just all over the place. What does Deitch think of the injury? Well, at the end of the day, he's a tough lad. I took him out for a fight the other night. We had 20 pints and a bag of gravel. But Iron Man himself wouldn't be able to ride that tackle. I can't do Deitch. I was out last night. My throat's messed up anyway. It'll be an early bath for me if I keep doing the Deitch voice. Actually, I need a drink. I shall have to run and get a drink in a minute. How are you, Mark? Says Heart of United. I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. I'm tired. I'm really tired. I was naughty last night. I had too much to drink. I don't normally get hangovers as well. I'm normally quite responsible, but I don't know. I had to be up really early as well. That's the worst when you can't sleep it off. No, I don't. I'm like you. I'm like you there. It's been a great game. I agree. LFES. Marcel says can't watch knee injuries. I've had 7 knee operations. I don't want to see the multiple replays. I don't like anything on the knee either. I was playing in a match when I was about 22. I was given a penalty. Oh my God. I've got to say, I didn't look like it on first look. Let me have a look. Oh, I think it is a pen. His arm's way out. Yeah, it's a penalty. He knows it as well. That is a penalty. I mean, I can't believe Everton today. I think they've played well and they're going to be 3-1 down. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I agree with people in the chat. It's a penalty for Leicester here. Michael Keane's got his arm out like he's hailing a taxi. And Harvey Barnes is obliged by delivering the ball for him. What you thought? No, very, very good. Simon, I'm not an idiot. Maddison to score this 3-1. Long way back for Everton. It's been a horror half. It's like Halloween here. 1-0 up. 1-0 up. Playing, dominating. Shoddy defending led to Sionku's goal. Misplaced pass in the midfield led to Vardy's goal. Handball leads to this goal. And Calvert-Lewin missed an open goal. Pickford needs to dive to his left here. Maddison's going to go to the right. He saved it! Oh my word! This game just keeps delivering. It's like Amazon. Absolutely incredible. He saved it. I think he went down the middle. Well, Everton have got to use that now. They've got to use that now. And that's half time. What a game. Pickford's doing a little dance. You're still losing, mate. Get in that dressing room. Lift that head up. Incredible half of football. Incredible. Maddison goes down the middle. And Pickford saves it. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way, if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner to do it. Get involved with That's Football. Everyone's welcome on here. It doesn't matter who you support. And that's why we're doing watch-alongs for Everton against Leicester. Because we love this Premier League. It's delivered so much drama and entertainment this season. Some people said, why are you doing Leicester versus Everton? Because it's a relegation battle. And one of these two teams could go down. And I'm fascinated by it. And I think some of you are fascinated by it. And on top of that, we've made the right decision because this game has been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And that's how the table looks at the moment. Leicester, as it stands, have 32 points and Everton have 28 in big trouble. But it could have been a lot worse for Everton. I felt that they were a better team in that half. It probably should be a draw, but it could have been 3-1. Everton need to, sort themselves out at half-time because they're playing into Leicester's hands on the break at the moment. I mean, it's like Everton are at home and Leicester are away. But I think that's just Everton's intent is to go and win. That's what they want to do. Look at the stats at half-time. Does that tell you the story? Well, yes, it does. Look at that. Everton have had 14 shots to 6, 53%. But they've only had 4 on target. Leicester, very, very efficient. 6 shots, 5 on target. Everton, 14 shots, only 4 on target. Everton have definitely done more pushing, but it's 6 corners to 0 for Everton. I mean, that just tells you the story. Everton have been the dominant side, and yet Leicester are going in 2-1, having just missed a penalty. But let's not forget Calvert-Lewin's chance was golden, absolutely golden. Maddison thinks he's so much better than he is, says Ulysses. Pickford's got his England shirt on underneath his Everton jersey, says Morgan. Would Pickford still be England's number 1, even if Everton got relegated? Well, I think he'd have to leave, Pradgett. I think he'd have to leave. Leicester have been dominated, if we're being honest, as referee. But it's the same old problem for Everton, isn't it? You can say that Leicester have been dominated, but they do look like they've got people who can put the ball in the back of the net. Everton's problem is, for all that pressure, you know, a lot of shots not on target, and then the ones that they haven't scored. So, apart from, you know, the penalty. It's a massive second half. I think Everton have got to find a way of getting something from this game. As I say, Everton's final 4 games, Brighton away, City at home, you'd expect them to lose both of those. Wolves away. I mean, even if they beat Wolves and Bournemouth, that's only 6 points. So that puts them on 34. I don't think that's enough. They've got to get something from this second half. Is Tielemans a good player? He's been linked to a lot of clubs, says Yannick. I think Tielemans was a good player who's fell off a lot. Derek says, what does Sean think about that half? We've already heard from Sean. We won't be hearing from him again for a while because my throat's sore. Maddison rocking the Aldi's Wolverine look, says Red. And Pickford only signed the new contract a few weeks ago, says Nathan. But he might have a relegation clause. You know that's how it can work. Spurs would take Pickford, says Julie G. I can't. Well, look, Pickford might stay for a year if he's loyal. I've seen people get relegated and stay, but I don't know whether he necessarily would do that. Be interesting to see. We're on the road to 947,000, so please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner to do it. Get involved with That's Football. You're very welcome here. Leicester have more goals. What was that? Something about Leicester. Everton always find a way to stay up, says Python. Everton have not been relegated in Premier League history, have they? But I don't think they've hardly been relegated ever. Hi from New Zealand, says Liam. Hello, Liam. Why is Michael Keane playing ahead of Cody, says John. Do you think that VAR should be like a TMO in rugby where the viewers can hear the referees and explain? I think that'd be a great idea, Seth. Woo says it will be 4-1 to Leicester. And Everton are gone, says Santana. I think Everton have been the better side, but they've got to turn it into something in the second half. Harry Maguire's just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Harry. We think it might be the real one. The penalty taken by Maddison was horror. Should have left it for Vardy. He's gone. It's a rubbish penalty. He's totally reliant on the keeper diving. He's gone straight down the middle with not a lot of power. I think if you're going to go down the middle, blast the shit out of it. Really, don't place it. Mark looks like he's practicing being a pundit. Jeff's retired and could Mark be offered a Sky Sports role? I'm not practicing anything, mate. I've always been like this. CK says, was Coleman's injury bad? It looked bad. It did look bad. It looked worse than Calvert-Lewin's open goal miss, and that was bad. Maguire should also go to Spurs with his friend Pickford, says Joa. Yeah, that would be a good move for both of them. Everton got relegated in 54. They always say they've never been, though. Well, they have, says Joe J. I don't think Arsenal have ever been relegated, have they? I got asked the quiz question, actually. I was in Italy, Youngbridge in Italy, when I was about 12, and there was this quiz, and I was there with my stepdad, and the question was, which English team has never been relegated? And I put Everton, and when they were doing the answers, they said Arsenal, and I was going mad. I was saying, Everton have never been relegated. They always say they've never been relegated, but obviously they had. So I think Arsenal are the only team that has never been relegated. Mohammed says, do you think City will dominate future Premier League titles and make the Premier League a Farmers' League? Says Mohammed. Well, I think it's a possibility. What if Jim sells Nice to buy the Glazers out in a year or two? Glazers and Jim out, says Rudolph the Red. Yeah, but no one's going to buy Nice for $1 billion. Nice is probably worth about £5.50 in it. Arsenal got relegated in 1913, says Kyle. There you go. So there you go. Well, there you go. But they're obviously the oldest club in English football to last be relegated. And Arna was suspended for 6 months for accidentally taking his wife's birth control, but was on the final year of his contract with Ajax, says Chris. Yeah, we've all done that, haven't we? Maguire is captain of the season, says in Diesel. Well, I can't wait for this second half. I think it's going to be absolutely credible. Somebody just said Nice biscuits cost more than Nice Football Club. I can't stand those biscuits, by the way. Oh, yeah, I like biscuit chats. You know, and although we're talking about football, I do like to wander off into stuff like this. We used to have a biscuit tin at my grand's, right? And the only good thing, I mean, old people always want to give you a cup of tea. Just give me a Vimto. Give me some Coke. I'm not like that. I was only 5. But no, do you want a cup of tea? So the positive of a cup of tea was, can I have a biscuit from the biscuit tin? Yeah, of course you can. Sometimes you get hobnobs in there. Sometimes you get chocolate digestives. But always lurking at the bottom was Nice biscuits. Ugh. And by the time you had to eat them, because there was nothing else less, they'd probably been there a year. Crap penalty by Maddison. It's rubbish. Yeah, I can't stand them. They are the Burnley. Well, not the Burnley now of company, but yeah, Nice biscuits, terrible. Garibaldi biscuits. What was the pink wafer ones? Oh, they were disgusting. You couldn't even dunk them in your tea. You couldn't even custard creams. I don't mind. I don't mind a custard. You know what? Can I just shock you, High Dry? I don't mind a custard cream. I do not mind I don't mind a bourbon either. You know, the chocolate ones. These prats were having a laugh yesterday. I played the game Last Dance in Slow Sports New Studio. Did you see that scripted bullshit? Says Yannick. Mark, what is more dramatic, the relegation battle or the league title race? Well, the relegation battle, because the league title was over, mate. Tuna. Did you have a nickname when you were playing football? Says Cag. Yeah, they used to call me Maradona. Because I like the Coke. No, they didn't. No, you know, I don't think I played in a good team. And I don't think anyone had nicknames other than their second name. Like, everyone used to get called by their second name, really. No one ever used to use the first name. Hobnobs are clear, says Fennick. I haven't had a hobnob in a while. I'm trying to stay off the biscuits. You get to a certain age where you have to be careful about what you watch. So, rich tea. Eating a rich tea is like eating a bloody any food with a cold. There's just no taste. Rich tea biscuits don't taste of anything. Who would you like to see get relegated? Says Ben. I think the teams that get relegated will get relegated. I'm Mark Owen. No, but I don't have a preference. Sometimes I do. I mean, if we go to the league table, I mean, it's a nice little segue. If you look at that league table and as it stands, I think I probably gave a shit more when I was younger. I remember Everton. I do remember one season, and somebody tell me what year it was. Everton nearly went down. Maybe it was 94 or something like that. They nearly went down on the last day of the season, and they stayed up. And I didn't want Everton to go down because I like Goodison Park. What interesting thing, if Everton go down, United might never play at Goodison Park again, because their last year in Goodison would be in the Championship, wouldn't it? Isn't next year the last year of the Goodison Park? So that would be sad, because Goodison Park's one of my favourite grounds. So malted milk are go-to biscuits, Jake. So that would be really sad if we don't get to play at Goodison Park again, because I'll be sad when that ground gets knocked down anyway. But I really look at that and I look at that league table and I go, whoever goes down deserves it. Will you do a watch along for the Conference League final, says Yannick? No, I refuse to. I wouldn't even do it if United were in it. But look, Everton, Forest, Leeds, Leicester. If you're asking me who I think deserves to go down, I think Leeds are in big trouble, and I think ultimately, whoever goes down deserves to go down. They've all got an opportunity. I think the great thing about the relegation battle this season is that, normally we know the relegated teams. Sometimes you know all three by this stage. We don't know, and we probably won't know. I mean, it might be resolved by the final day of the season, to be fair, but we're not going to know for a couple of games. So, yeah. Apple says, I scored my first goal at my football club on Saturday and I cried while celebrating with my friends. Well, nothing wrong with that. It's an emotional time. Just don't do it when you... No, I won't say that. How do teams travel across England? I don't know. I haven't had a Jaffa cake in ages. Hi, Mark. Who's your favourite for the Spurs job? Says Jacob. I'd like to see Nagelsmann get it. I don't actually dislike Spurs. And, I'd like to see them get... they've got a fantastic stadium. I think their fans have suffered enough over the recent years. Popular football opinion you disagree with, says Kevin. Popular opinion I disagree with. Well, one that comes to mind is I think Arsenal have had a good season and haven't bottled it. I think there seems to be a rush from I've played the game players to tell us that Arsenal have had a bad season and bottled it simply because they don't like Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal have bottled it. I really don't. Look, there's countless videos this season where I've praised Arteta and Arsenal. I don't think they've bottled it, losing out to arguably one of the best teams in Premier League history. This Man City side are very, very good, and they've got an amazing squad and an amazing manager, and they've won the last two Premier Leagues. I don't think Arsenal could have done a lot more from where they came from. But most people feel that they've bottled it. I don't think that they have. I just think that they... Callum, I'm not stupid. I don't fall for these one word next to another word things, and it makes you look stupid when I read it and see it and don't shout it out. Jack says Arsenal have bottled it. They were on top for 93% of the season. Yeah, but Jack, if you don't know football, that's what you would think. But what have I always said when we've been doing shows? It's who's top at the end of the season that matters. That's the race. 38 games. Not 30 games, not 20 games, not 33 games. It's 38 games. And Man City got pushed by Liverpool when that Vincent Kompany goal went in against Leicester. And they won like their last 10. You can't say they were top for 90% of the season and they lost it, so they bottled it, because you're completely ignoring that Man City, for the last few years, always finish ridiculously strong. Like, they literally can win 10 in a row. So it doesn't matter if you're top of the league for 90% of the season, because everybody knows you've got to do it in the last 10% against Man City. Game's about to kick off here. What a game we've had. What a game we've had. Can Everton get back into it? Well, penalty save just before half-time. Calvert-Lewin missed an open goal. BS says, was 4-1 down in the title game. I scored 2 goals to 4-3 and the ref blew the final whistle when I was running through one-on-one. Cheated. That is cheating, BS. Was the ref the manager of the other side? Because that pisses me right off. I remember playing in a game when I was about 14, and you probably all had this when you played football, especially youth football. Most of the time, the linesman is a dad or a coach from the opposition, and I was running through down the wing, and I'd received the ball in my own half. I literally received the pass in my own half ahead of the left back, because I did a 1-2. I played centre back, so I took the ball at centre back, knocked it into the midfield, made a diagonal run, went in behind the left back. Midfielder dinked it over. I got it, and I'm running through, angling through. I hear this bloody whistle and I'm like, what's going on? Turn around, fucking flag. I was like, I was in my own half, you daft prat. Do you know the rules? And he walked on the pitch and pushed me. And I got booked. And then the referee, while I was shouting at him, said, if you don't calm down, I'm going to send you off. I said, you should send him off. He's a prat. An absolute prat. And you're booking me because he's a prat. I was in my own half. Still, it don't bother me that much. Do you think City will dominate future Premier League titles? We've done that from Mohammed. Arsenal did bottle it. They're the only team in the top 6 not to take a single point off City since 2020. Well, look, I was asked for an opinion that I hold that nobody else really does. So I've clicked. I've done it, haven't I? I think Arsenal didn't bottle the league, but the fans sort of exposed themselves as flip-flops. Some of them were celebrating in November, says one. Again, I disagree with that. I think most Arsenal fans were very reserved about whether they were going to win the league. I actually found a lot of Arsenal fans wouldn't accept they were in a title race when they were for a lot of the league. But, you know. Come on, Everton. Get a goal. Let's light this game up. It's been great first half. Give us a good second half. What's your opinion on Poch to Chelsea? I think it's a bad choice, man. I think he'll get them top 4 consistently, but for me, Chelsea are a team that over the last 20 years has won Premier League titles. I don't think Pochettino can win them a Premier League title. But, you know, I don't know what Chelsea fans are like. As a United fan, I know what we're like as a fan base, and we have a standard that we want to win the league. We've been nowhere near it, but that's always the standard. We want to win the league. I think if Chelsea are appointing Pochettino, you can't ever win the league. So is that you lowering your standards now? That's my opinion. I might be completely wrong. What a ball that was. And it was nearly there for Vardy again. Leicester, yet again, efficient and clinical with their chance creation. It was a delightful ball. I think it came in from Castagnet. What a cross. And Vardy just didn't think it was going to get there, I don't think. Went to the doctor and guess what she told me. Leicester have started off quite well this second half. They're going for that third goal here. Another player down. I'm just going to grab myself a quick drink while this player's down. Wait a minute. I'm dehydrated. I genuinely feel that I've not stopped drinking water and juice all day, and I only had about 6 pints yesterday. Oh, that's good. Right, please do subscribe. We've got another break here. A couple of injury breaks going on. I didn't see what happened here, but Pickford's having a chat with the ref. Please do subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner to do it. We are 200 away from 947,000. So thanks everyone who's getting involved. Do you play FPL, Mark? I'm going to do it more seriously next year, game. I do try and do it, but I keep getting caught out by the Friday night game. That is wrong. The camera's focused in on Pickford's water bottle, which has got all of the penalty stats for the Leicester penalty takers. If Chelsea can get the manager right, I believe they have a shot at the title next season because they aren't playing in Europe. What do you think, Mark? Says Brett. Yeah, and I don't think Pochettino is the man to win him a title. Sylvester says, do you think this match will get heated up this half? I think it was heated in the first half. Jem says you need electrolytes, Mark. Sodium, potassium and magnesium. Where do I get them from? Oh, it's always self-induced. Arcade. No, there's no sympathy with it. That's the worst thing. Energy drinks. Bananas. I had a banana this morning. Football fill-in was gold today, says NL. Well, I hope many of you have watched it on the Ben Foster channel. Football fill-in. It was a good one today. I enjoyed it. Lucasade Sport. Here's a Wobie. He's done well. It's into Calvert-Lewin and it's a great save again. This keeper, he's my man of the match. Everton. Where'd they get him from? He's made 3 good saves in this game. Here's a Wobie. Rubbish cross. There's another foul here. Yellow card. He was at Preston on loan last season. Thomas has been booked there. Yeah, it's a good save by the keeper. He's made 3 good saves. Everton pushing. He's from the academy, Everton, says Cog. Mark, Arsenal had an 8-point lead with the game in hand by game week 29. If any other team had lost that lead in a title race, we would call that bottling, says Ash. But their 8-point lead was always deceptive because they hadn't played Man City. They always had to play Man City twice. So I think it was a deceptive. And more importantly, Ash, at that point to now, how many points have Man City actually dropped? Look, I might be in the minority, but I don't believe Arsenal have bottled anything. I just think they're up against a team that countless teams who've won the Premier League would not have won the Premier League if they'd been up against this Man City side. Goal! 2-2! Iwobi! Well, that is absolutely game on. He's caught it completely on the volley, low into the bottom corner. Pickford celebrates, but it's game on here, and it's 2-2, and it's Alex Iwobi. Quite similar to the Sionku goal in a way, in the way he just catches it low and there's nothing the keeper can do about it. Gotta go low, 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 low. Look at that. Lovely finish into the bottom corner. 2-2, game on. What a game. This has been one of the best watch-alongs of the season. And people say a relegation game is boring. They're playing for their Premier League future here. Cracking goal. Cracking goal. That penalty save matters now. The Calvert-Lewin open goal miss doesn't matter now. It's 2-2. Let's get the stats carousel going around. Remember, you can download OneFootball for free, who sponsor our stats carousel. And the great thing about it is you can see the match stats on here through the stats carousel. But on the OneFootball app, they do the individual player things as well. You can see how each player has done statistically, past success and all that lot. Download it for free. Links in the video description. It's available for free on Apple and Android. And get all your latest breaking football news and transfer news on there as well. Or you can scan the QR code in the top right-hand corner. Lunga says, did you notice that when Maguire came on yesterday, Bruno kept the armband? Does that mean Bruno is now officially captain? I don't think so. I just think sometimes they grab it and sometimes they don't. I suppose in a game where it's still quite tight, you just got to get on the pitch and do your job, haven't you? Wow, which way is this game going to go now? Because I think Everton have been the better team, but Leicester have been very efficient on the break. People assume that if Arsenal play 20 and City play 20, that it's the same when it isn't. Check who they have played. As Marcus said, it doesn't matter till all 38 games have been played, says Lade. There's two things I would say in Arsenal's defence as well. I think if the Queen hadn't died, and I'm not blaming it on the Queen, and Arsenal fans shouldn't do that, but if the Queen hadn't died and those games hadn't been rearranged, then Arsenal would have played Man City in, was it September or October? Well, Man City weren't the same team as they are now in September, and Arsenal aren't the same team now as they were in September. I think Arsenal might have beat them in September. So that was a little bit unlucky, but that's football. That's the way it goes. And then the second thing is the linesman. That Arsenal were cost 2 points against Brentford at home, and at that time they played that Brentford game, I think, just before they played Man City at the Emirates. So it had a bit of a big impact on them, didn't it? It opened the door to Man City a little bit. I think those two moments were massive. If I was an Arsenal fan, I would massively look at that linesman thing, and I would massively look at when that was, and I would massively look at what momentum that gave to City and the confidence of Arsenal. Because 2 extra points going into that Man City game might have been a completely different game. Arsenal spent a record-breaking 93% of the season being on top, the most of any team after being top and bottling the league. 5 teams held the previous record 4 times. JG, do you want to just, next time, could you just tell us who you support? Because you're coming across as really bitter. I support Man United. I don't like Arsenal, but I don't really see why people are so obsessed with saying they bottled it. I really don't think they did. I don't. And I don't mind bantering Arsenal, but I really don't think they did. I think they've come up against a team that it's irrelevant to come out with stats about. They spent 92.3% of the year at number 1. They're up against Man City, who are capable of winning their last 10 games in a row. So it never matters what you've done in the first 93% of the league, because it's what you do in the last 10%. Man City are a juggernaut, and that was always the threat. Please discuss Everton down. John Page, Pickford, England number 1. If Everton go down, will Pickford be England number 1? Well, I think he'll have to move, so yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe how thirsty I am. Cross comes in. Back post. Leicester. Castagne. Into Maddison. He's still got it. Cross is good. Harvey Barnes. Off the line. Tarkowski. They're still in. Oh my God. What a game. What a game. I can't believe it. I can't believe anybody wouldn't not be watching this game tonight as well. It's just got everything going on. Calvert-Lewin might be getting a booking. Seem to have caught. It's a lovely ball again. Tarkowski does well. Harvey Barnes is there. Everton on the ropes a little bit. Good block. Goes for a corner. It's a banger of a game, says Fennick. It really is. Sagara, thank you very much for your super chat. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. 17,000 watching. Just shows you the... I would never think about doing Leicester Everton as a watch-along on a Monday night, but it's quite simply because it's the relegation battle and I'm massively intrigued by it. There it is. What a season we've had. It's been fantastic. This is Leicester's first corner, and they're at home after an hour. Everton have had 6 corners. This is Leicester's first. Would you ever come to Australia, says Musty? I'd love to. Let's see what happens with this corner. It's not a bad one, but it's headed away. Harvey Barnes has got it on the edge. Goes back to Maddison. He's going to whip it. No, he's not. Yes, he is. And he doesn't win it. I'm pretty young, Mark, and have suffered 2 heart attacks, and it completely destroyed my mental health, says Rudolph the Red. And today I got picked to play my regiment's team. Focus on what you love and give your all to it. Well done, mate. What a fantastic story, and thank you very much for sharing it with us. I really mean that. Thank you very much. Stay safe, mate, and enjoy it, like you say. Did I do the football fill-in with Fozzie today, says Luke? Yeah, it's on the Ben Foster channel. Search it, it's there. Substitution here for Leicester. Dakar has come on, or Daka. I don't know who he came on for because I wasn't looking. I don't watch the NBA, Thomas. I can't commit to basketball or ice hockey. I like them both, but I just can't commit. The fixture list is just so intense. Do I think Ben's going to retire? Well, that's not for me to say. And I don't know the answer 100%. So, Vardy's officially done. Let's be honest, says Tarzan. Oh, he scored a goal, mate. It's quite an important goal. What camera do you use for your live streams? I use this Sony A7 III. It's quite an old camera, but it's quite an old model. But I've used it. I've always used it. It's good. I used to use a Logitech C. It cost me about 60 quid for about 4 years. Just a webcam. Just a webcam. I'm Ronnie Pickering. This could go either way now. Here's Calvert-Lewin. He's in. But it's good defending by Sionku there. And he wanted an offside and he got it. Hi Mark, do you watch cricket? Says Den. Not really. I watched the Ashes in the summer. It's going to be a tense 30, says Jay. Hi Mark, United fan from Kenya. Keep up the good work, says Cigar. Thank you very much, mate. What do you think on Ryan Mason's future in management, says Come On You Spurs? I mean, are you really bothered? You don't want him to be your manager at Spurs, do you? Probably should go and get a job in the lower leagues. Wow, I can't believe how thirsty I am. That's a lovely ball. McNeil, he's going to shoot. Bit silly. Got a bit greedy. Hi Mark, really hope you're well. Just thought I'd say your videos are really helping through a rough patch, says Kenzie. Well, I hope you're doing well, mate, and I'm glad that they help. And seriously, I hope you're doing well. United announce AGM for shareholders in New York in June, says Sicario. Wonder what that's all about. Would Everton get back to the Prem in one season, says William Elliott. Yeah, they should do. Calvert-Lewin's just not sharp, is he? Hi Mark, here's something I observed. Pep and Man City during the season rotate and make changes avoiding injuries but still manage to win. But Pep keeps his best options for the final run-in and Arsenal are victim to this. Very good point, Ronell. I think Pep Guardiola reminds me, I mean, it's not, he might take it as an insult, but he reminds me a bit of Sir Alex Ferguson in the fact that he's got it down to a fine art of making sure that his team plays its best football in the second half of the season, especially the final 3 months. The pacing of the season is fantastic. Would Valverde or Odegaard start for United, says the Football 212? Well, I'd probably find a place for them both, mate. But I'm not the manager, but I would start both of them. Hi, Mark. Do you think Luton or Millwall would be good additions for the Premier League, says Off the Post? Well, I never really thought Brentford and Bournemouth were going to be very good additions to the Premier League, and they completely proved me wrong. So I don't think we can be arrogant with that anymore. I mean, you can have an opinion, of course, but Yeah, I never thought Bournemouth were going to stay up, and they've completely deserved to stay up. Nobody cares about Everton. Well, I think they've been the better team tonight. Let's have a quick look at the championship table. I can't get it up for you. Pardon. But their season's not even finished yet. They've still got a game to go. Here's Maddison. You have to block him off. He might shoot. Good block. So, I mean, the championship playoffs, it's very difficult to predict who will be in the playoffs because Sheffield United and Burnley are up. Luton and Middlesbrough are going to be in the playoffs. And then it's Coventry, Millwall, Sunderland, West Brom, Blackburn, who can all still make it. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Blackburn back. I mean, they've got to get in there first. I don't really want to see West Brom back. All due respect to West Brom, they've been up and down like a yo-yo. I don't really want to see them up. I'm actually very glad that Norwich aren't coming back because they just go up and down like a yo-yo. I mean, Coventry back in the Premier League would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Middlesbrough not been up for a while. I'd like to see Carrick do it. Luton, they were in the top division when I was a kid with their plastic pitch. Millwall, I think I remember them being in the old Division 1. Teddy Sheringham played for them. I think Ruddock played for him as well. Leicester are doing better at the moment. Sunderland obviously have been up. I'd quite like to see Coventry up, you know. It's only down the road from me. Yeah, someone said, what do you mean plastic pitch? So when I was a kid, before the Premier League, you had Division 1 and Luton Town and Queen's Park Rangers were in Division 1 and they played on a plastic pitch. And I'm not talking the plastic pitches now. I mean, you know, like AstroTurf. The players used to have to wear trainers and the goalkeepers used to wear tracksuit bottoms. Like it was a proper AstroTurf pitch. It wasn't like synthetic grass. It was, you know, that crap AstroTurf that you had at school where it's just literally like a well-worn carpet. It was like that. And you know, even as a kid, I'd go, but this isn't fair. Like all their home games are played on a pitch like that, and everyone else is playing on grass. I think Oldham Athletic had one as well. QPR, Luton, and I think Oldham had these AstroTurf pitches, and I don't know why. Don't know why they couldn't have grass. I never understood that. There's a question for you. Why did they use AstroTurf? Daniel says, hi Mark, a little challenge for you. Name a starting 11 with one player for each club in the bottom half of the table and one from United. Good luck. I'm not doing that, Daniel. I've got a hangover. Here's Daka. He's gone with Daka and Vardy up front. And tell you what, Leicester have got the momentum at the moment. Are Everton settling in for a point here? Preston North End had AstroTurf as well, says David Gardner. Couldn't afford the drainage system, that's why they had it. Said someone there. But you imagine, like, that's probably why Leicester and QPR stayed up. Because if you're a footballer and you're used to playing on grass, and then you go and play a team that plays half of its games on AstroTurf, it's a different way of playing, isn't it? We used to at lunchtime at my school, shout out 2-till. They had an athletics pitch, and in the middle there was a football pitch, and we used to go and play on that because you didn't get muddy. And it's a world of difference. I mean, the thing I used to hate about it is it encouraged good passing because you'd be running after the ball all the time. If there's a little bit of a breeze and the ball just goes fucking flying off, doesn't it? I used to hate playing on AstroTurf. It's a different way of playing football as well. You can't tackle the same. What are your thoughts on Kieran McKenna at Ipswich? He's doing a good job, mate. I don't know who said that. Daniel Bradford. He's doing a good job. He's found his level. He's doing well. Never smoked AstroTurf, says former Arcadian. Classic. Rodney. Classic. Yeah, I think AstroTurf was for hockey, like someone just said there. The synthetic... Some of you are thinking that AstroTurf is what you play on now. You know, the one was with the little black beads in it? Like the proper... The synthetic grass you get now is brilliant. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this bloody, almost like wood surface stuff. It was horrible. If Everton go down, would Pickford be England #1? Yeah, because I think he'd leave. I bet he's got a relegation clause in his contract. I love Only Fools and Horses, Reggie. And it really hurts when you hurt yourself, when you fall over, says Jack. It does. You don't see many of them now. Odegaard or Tillemans? Are you having a laugh? Odegaard, uncle. What a cross. This could be it. Oh, Pickford brilliantly off his line there. That was a big, big chance. I think Vardy was on the back post. But Leicester look more likely at the moment. No, it wasn't Vardy. I think it was Vardy with the cross. And it was Castagnier on the back post. Have you... Pro says, no way you went to Binghamton Till. I just live round the corner from there. Yes, I did. And I tell you what, I'm stunned. They've never given me my official record of achievement because I owed them a library book from the 90s. And I've got to be, and I'm not even blowing my own trumpet here, I have to be one of their most famous pupils. And a lot of people who watch my content will be younger, you know, because there are clips of me on TikTok. So I don't know why they've not asked me to go and do a speech. And I do live shows. I can throw in a few jokes. I can't believe they've never asked me to go back. They probably I bet they've asked somebody to go back who like works in medicine as, you know, they worked on the vaccine for COVID. Here they are, everybody. Give them a clap. I think if you ask the pupils of 2 Till, who do they want a speech from? Somebody who helped with the vaccine on COVID or, you know, Mark Goldbridge. The answer would be quite unanimous. Oh, here we go. McNeil. Oh, maybe you should have slipped Calvert-Lewin in again. Anthony Wright. I'm kind of a big deal. Mark, will we see Football Manager again? I'd like to do Football Manager, J Hood. I'm doing a really good career mode on Twitch at the moment, but you know, once that's over, I wouldn't mind going back. 2 packets of Toffos, says Steve. Oh, I know what you're on about now. Partridge, innit? Danecourt rivalry, just down the road in Radcliffe, Yoda, yeah. We always used to beat you at football in my year. Your year was shit. We had a really... My year had a really good football team. Headed over the bar by Tarkovsky. Do kids these days still get the National Record of Achievement, that weird book in burgundy leather? Well, I didn't get mine, Nick. I wanted mine because it had all comments from your teachers. I'd love to have that. I'd be reading it out now. Like, it'd be hilarious. They'd probably binned it. I'd pay good money for that Record of Achievement. I'd love to read it and go, English teacher. He'll never amount to anything. He thinks he's a comedian. He's always talking about football. He's never going to amount to anything. Swivel on it. Hi Mark, I'm a Geordie. I asked you as a joke at the end of last season if you thought we'd qualify for the Champions League this year. Can't believe it's happening, says Jade. Well, what did I say, Jared? I think I don't know whether I didn't. I don't think I put Newcastle in the top 4 this year. I can't remember. I'll be doing that soon. I'll be reacting to my Premier League predictions. I don't think I put Newcastle in the top 4, but I did say they will be fighting for the title in the next 5 years. I'm pretty sure I did say that because they've got the money, haven't they? Let's, mate. I bet they've burnt my record of achievement. I bet they don't keep them. Here we go again. Everton on the break. McNeil. He's got to look for the pass this time. Oh, keeper's done great. I'll tell you what, it's going end to end here. This would be massive. This would be massive. If either of these teams can win it, you're probably giving yourself a massive chance of staying up. If you lose it, you're not. Lovely play by Harvey Barnes over the bar. Have you seen about the shareholder meeting in New York for Man United? Yeah, I don't really know what it means. I don't know what that means. Cleared away by Pickford. Hi, Mark. As a West Brom fan, do you think we could ever make a comeback, says Vincent? Mate, you could get promoted. I think the thing with West Brom is that you've got... If I was a West Brom or Norwich fan, I'd look at what Brentford have done and I'd go, why did we never do that when we went up? Because for me, West Brom and Norwich were always yo-yo. Up, down, up, down, up, down. You know, and parachute payments, etc. But why could you never stabilise? This game could go either way with 10 minutes to go. Leicester and they're both pushing here. Where do I think Maddison will end up? Well, he wouldn't suit United because we haven't really got that position spare. I think Newcastle would be a good place for him. If Spurs would be quite good for him as well. I think if he went to an Arsenal or a Chelsea, well, he can't go to Chelsea. They've got way too many attacking midfielders. If he went to a Man United or an Arsenal or a Chelsea or a Man City, I think, or a Liverpool, he'd just end up on the bench, wouldn't he? Whereas I think if he went to Newcastle, Spurs, he'd probably end up starting. What's Pickford doing here? Oh, my God. Pickford nearly got caught out there. Vardy shot. Pickford was out of his goal. And I thought when the Everton defender let it go, I thought it was going to go in. I was just about to praise Pickford because he came running out of his box. He could have just booted it. And he controlled it. He could have just booted this and he controlled it. And then he tried to dribble it out. And they nearly scored from it. And it just goes back to the whole thing, doesn't it? Sometimes just put it into safety. Where do you think Wrexham will finish next season, says Daniel? I think they'll get promoted. 4 get promoted in League 1. 2. Who's my man of the match? I think the Leicester keeper's played really well. Danger. Philip says who's getting relegated. Well, I think if this stays a draw, I think Leicester have got the better run in, so I think Leicester will stay up. I think I'm going to go Leeds and... Who did I say? Well, Everton's next 2 games are Brighton away and Man City. So I'm going to go Everton and Leeds go down if this stays a draw. Someone just said there's no way Wrexham are getting promoted. League Two is very competitive. Do you know what their wage bill is? Do you know what their transfer budget is? I think Wrexham will go up. What did I say? Wrexham have got a better chance of winning the Premier League before Spurs. I stand by that. And Wrexham might never get to the Prem. To be fair, though, the flip side of the coin, Sam is completely right. Everyone said that about Salford. Leicester on the attack here. You sense there's going to be a winner. It's just got that feel about it. It feels like somebody is just waiting to be the hero here. It could be Maddison. It could be Everton now. They're on the break. Decore, he's got to go the other way. He's got to go the other way. Iwobi, he's got a bit of space on the right-hand side. Well, they're all trying to... That's the one thing. Everyone's trying to be the hero. Hi, Mark. I'm a United stand from Vienna. United stand fan from Vienna, says Paulie. Thank you very much, mate. Lovely part of the world. Great song about it as well. By Ultravox. Ah, Vienna. I used to love that as a kid. Do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do 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 do. I loved it as a kid. It was just it used to give me goosebumps. That. Great atmosphere in the ground, says Stefan. Well, to be fair, the point for Leicester probably better for them, but obviously they know that win. Here we go, though. Iwobi. Where's the runner? Who wants to be brave? He's done well, Iwobi. Where's he going? He can't keep going himself again. They're all just trying to shoot. Iwobi, McNeil. It's a corner for Everton, though. Cross comes in, and it's over the bar from Michael Keane. Well, we've got about 7 minutes of normal time here. There's surely going to be a big chance for somebody. There's surely going to be a big chance. Vardy looked offside to me. He is. How long until you swap Newcastle for Spurs when talking about the top six, says Rudd? About now. I think you already are, mate. I think the minute, I've always said this, the minute Newcastle are in Champions League spot, it's over, because they should never drop out again. We saw it with Man City. We saw it with Chelsea. When you've got that type of wealth and you get into the Champions League, you should never drop out again. So, yeah, I think that Newcastle have probably surpassed Spurs already. In the sense that I don't think Spurs will be finishing above Newcastle again anytime soon. Not until they get new owners. Shareholder meetings could be... LJ says, shareholder meetings could be for many reasons, but due to the timing, my hope is discussing payoff amounts in preparation for the full sale, says LJ. And used to think you're a twat, you've grown on me, says TH. Well, that's because a lot of people spread a lot of lies, really. If you actually watch the content, it's a really nice and chilled out community. But bitter people spread lies. Get used to it. Mark, what 3 players would you like to see at United next season, says Zach. 3, striker, midfield and centre-back, if I had to pick 3. And I will go Kim Min-jae, and Osman and De Jong. I'd be very happy with that. It's Garner. He's got to move that. He's got to move it, Garner. You've got to go wide. Iwobi puts the cross. Oh, it's edge of the box. Decore. Oh, what a save again from Everton. He's definitely man of the match. He's definitely man of the match. Everton, no doubt about it. 100% MOMTM. MOMTM. MOTM. What a game. That's a cracking save. He'll be buzzing. He'll be absolutely buzzing. He's literally made, I think, 4 brilliant saves. Schmeichel regen, says Jimmy. As a Man United fan, 5-3 Leicester Man United game from 2014 always haunts me, says Roshan. What are your memories about that match? Which 3 players will you pick to play for Man United next season from this game, if possible? Well, I don't want any 3 players from here. I do remember that game. Yeah, it was the game that sort of finished Di Maria. Finished Van Gaal. Good cross. They're all queuing up. Iwobi. Little dink. Faz clears it. Foul to Leicester. I really do think this is turning into whatever Leicester get from this, if they nick it or if they draw it. I think it's turned into a very good result for Leicester, because Everton, I think they should have won it. Everton, their goalkeeper's definitely man of the match. I don't know much about him. I don't know how old he is. I don't know what future he's got. But he's been brilliant. Definitely man of the match. From the save against Iwobi in the first half to that save there from Decore. Because Decore hits it well and then it deflects. I mean, it's not a bad height when he's down, but he's still got a lot to do. He's 25, says BB. Oh, 25 is still young for a goalkeeper. Trying to grow my channel. Any advice, Mark? Says off the post. It's very difficult, mate. Just be consistent and be yourself. And keep eye contact with the camera. Which sounds very simple, but not everybody does it. Oh, referee. That's a booking for Maddison. It's a yellow card. Naughty, naughty. Mark, have you seen the Go On Napoli drunk Spurs fan meme? No, Alex, I haven't. Do I know Grantham, Thomas? I do. I did my work experience at Grantham Town Football Club. My gran and granddad used to live quite close to Grantham in a place called Harloxton or something like that. It wasn't very far away. There was some nice sort of university or something there. But yeah, I've been to Grantham a few times. I don't know how I'd describe it. Garner on the free kick. It's too far out. McNeil dinks it. And it's gone for a goal kick. They've messed that up. Lee Berman says, I'm originally from near Skegness. Oh, I'd had many a nice trip to Skegness. I mean, it's a bit... I don't know what the word is without offending people, but I used to like it. I mean, the sea was like shit, but you still went in. I just loved all the arcades, the candy floss. We used to go. We used to have a caravan there. Very working class, but that was the background. I liked it. I know Newark. We used to go to Newark quite a lot. Just down the road from Bingham, A46. A46, massive. Making that 4 minutes to go. Looks like it's going to finish 2-2. Well done to Everton for getting the goal back. They definitely deserve a point, but as I say, you look at just as this clock ticks down here, Unless we're going to get some amazing drama at the end. Which I don't think we are. That's how the league table looks. And Everton's next 2 games are Brighton and City away. I think Everton maximum 35 points. I'm not sure it'll be enough. I'm not sure it'll be enough. So they've got Brighton away and then City at home. I don't fancy Everton winning either of them. Then they've got Wolves away and Bournemouth. So maximum they're going to get, I think, is 6 points. 35. And that's if they win at the Molineux. Leeds, City away, no. Newcastle at home, no. West Ham away, maybe a point. Spurs at home, they'd have to win. 4 points for Leeds, 34. Forest, Southampton at home, win. Chelsea away, maybe draw. Arsenal at home, lose. Palace away, maybe draw. That puts Forest on 35. And Leicester, Fulham away, I can see them getting a point there. Liverpool at home, I can see them getting a point there. Newcastle away, nothing. West Ham, a win. That would put Leicester on 35. So yeah, I don't think it's looking good for Everton. Do you still go to Woollerton Park, Mark? No, I don't. I've not been there for years, Elliot. But they film. Great thing about Woollerton Park in Nottingham, there's scenes from Batman in it. It might be Batman 3 actually. One of them. I'm from Big G Town, says Ben Plays. Thanks, mate. Got about a minute and 20 to go here. I've been to Aberystwyth. Yes, Stephen, I've been to Aberystwyth. The beach is massive, if you can call it a beach. It was huge. I used to go with the school. We used to go to Rhayader for a week camping every June. We used to go to Aberystwyth and all the dams. Them dams are at them. Them dams in Wales are epic. See, people think I don't like Wales. I used to go to Wales every year for a week with the school. What was it called? Eden Valley. Oh, they used to take us to a sheep festival. Oh, that was the crap thing. They'd take us to this sheep thing, and then they'd be like 40 different brands of sheep. Oh, look at this sheep. It's got longer hair than this one. Look at this one. It's got big horns. I don't care. Cross it. He's overhit it. Everton gets that. 20 seconds to go. It's going to be a draw. 20 seconds. I think Everton needed a win. Garner. He's going to blow. Finishes 2-2. We're no further forward, really, are we? I think it's looking tough for Everton. I wouldn't say yes, they're down yet. But as I say, Brighton away and City at home next 2 games. They ain't winning for the next 2 games, Everton. Which means they're in big trouble. They're in big trouble, aren't they? Leicester, I think, will be all right. I can see Leicester going to Fulham and getting something. I can see them getting something at home to Liverpool. And last day of the season against West Ham, you'd fancy 3 points there, wouldn't you? Cockgrave was just down the road from me, Yoda. It's changed a lot. Anyway, look, thanks everyone for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner on your way out. What a game that's been. I want to applaud everybody who watched that with me tonight because it wasn't the obvious pick. I'm not massively interested in Arsenal-Chelsea tomorrow. I think it's a bit of a dead game. Chelsea are on the beach and Arsenal have blown the title, so I don't think it'll be a straightforward win for Arsenal. But thanks everyone for watching. We'll have something on the channel for you tomorrow. And I'll be on United Stand at 10 o'clock as well. Have a great evening. I'm going to go and get some well-deserved sleep. What a show. Really enjoyed it. Thanks for spending it with me. And don't forget to subscribe and we'll be back soon. Speak to you in a bit.